Ge'ez or other local languages, and Tigray Region in Ethiopia. Tigrinya may be used for sermons. Tigrinya and Tigre are closely related to Ge'ez, with at least 4 different configurations proposed. Linguists believe that Ge'ez constitutes the common ancestor of modern Ethiopian languages and can thus be seen as an extinct sister language of Tigrinya. The foremost Ethiopian experts such as Amsalu Aklilu point to the vast proportion of inherited nouns that are unchanged, and even spelled identically in both Ge'ez and Tigrinya. Phonology. Vowels a and lt, Proto-Semitic asterisk a, later e, u and lt, Proto-Semitic asterisk u, I and lt, Proto-Semitic asterisk I, a and lt, Proto-Semitic asterisk a, later a, e and lt, Proto-Semitic asterisk I, EI and LT, Proto-Semitic asterisk I asterisk U, O, and LT, Proto-Semitic asterisk OR, also transliterated as a U, I, A, E, I, O. Consonants. The interpretation of the Ge'ez writing system. Ge'ez is transliterated according to the following system. Because Ge'ez is no longer a spoken language, the pronunciation of some consonants is not completely certain. Greg writes the consonants corresponding to the graphemes S and D have merged respectively with per second and per second in the phonological system, represented by the traditional pronunciation, and indeed in all modern Ethiopian Semitic. There is, however, no evidence either in the tradition or in Ethiopian Semitic what value these consonants may have had in Ge'ez. A similar problem is found for the consonant transliterated H. Greg notes that it corresponds in etymology to velar or uvular fricatives in other Semitic languages, but it was pronounced exactly the same as H in the traditional pronunciation, though the use of a different letter shows that it must originally have had some other pronunciation. What that pronunciation was is not certain. The chart below lists L and L as possible values for Ge'ez and Ge'ez respectively. It also lists chi as a possible value for. These values are tentative but based on the Proto-Semitic consonants that they are descended from. Phonemes of Ge'ez. In the chart below, IPA values are shown. When transcription is different from the IPA, the character is shown in angular brackets. Question marks follow phonemes whose interpretation is controversial. In Ge'ez, emphatic consonants are phonetically adjectives. As is the case with Arabic, emphatic velars may actually be phonetically uvular. Ge'ez consonants in relation to Proto-Semitic. Ge'ez consonants have a triple opposition between voiceless voice and adjective obstruents. The Proto-Semitic emphasis in Ge'ez has been generalized to include emphatic P. Ge'ez has phonologized labiovelars, descending from Proto-Semitic biphonemes. Ge'ez is reconstructed as descended from a Proto-Semitic voiceless lateral fricative. Like Arabic, Ge'ez merge Proto-Semitic S and S in. Apart from this, Ge'ez phonology is comparably conservative. The only other Proto-Semitic phonological contrasts lost may be the interdental fricatives and Ghanaian. Morphology. Nouns. Ge'ez distinguishes two genders, masculine and feminine, which in certain words is marked with the suffix -t. These are less strongly distinguished than in other Semitic languages, in that many nouns not denoting persons can be used in either gender. In translated Christian texts there is a tendency for nouns to follow the gender of the noun with a corresponding meaning in Greek. There are two numbers, singular and plural. The plural can be constructed either by suffixing it to a word, or by internal plural using suffix amat, amatat, yetmet, mayat, water. internal plural, better bayat, house, houses, karnab, narana, eyelid, eyelids. Nouns also have two cases, the nominative which is not marked and the accusative which is marked with final a. Internal plural. Internal plurals follow certain patterns. Triconsonantal nouns follow one of the following patterns. Quadraconsonantal and some triconsonantal nouns follow the following pattern. Triconsonantal nouns that take this pattern must have at least one long vowel pronominal morphology verb conjugation syntax. Noun phrases. Noun phrases have the following overall order. Noun, adjectives and determiners agree with the noun in gender and number. Relative clauses are introduced by a pronoun which agrees in gender and number with the preceding noun. As in many Semitic languages, possession by a noun phrase is shown through the construct state. In Ge'ez, this is formed by suffixing a to the possessed noun, which is followed by the possessor, as in the following examples. Possession by a pronoun is indicated by a suffix on the possessed noun, as seen in the following table. The following examples show a few nouns with pronominal possessors. Another common way of indicating possession by a noun phrase combines the pronominal suffix on a noun with the possessor preceded by the preposition la equals to. 4. Lambden notes that in comparison to the construct state, this kind of possession is only possible when the possessor is definite and specific. Lambden also notes that the construct state is the unmarked form of possession in Ge'ez. Prepositional phrases. Ge'ez is a prepositional language, as in the following example. There are three special prepositions: bar equals, in, with, are equals, to, for, equals, from, which always appear as enclitics on the following noun. As in the following examples, these enclitic prepositions in Ge'ez are similar to the inseparable prepositions in Hebrew sentences. The normal word order for declarative sentences is VSO. Objects of verbs show accusative case marked with the suffix a. Questions with a WH word show the question word at the beginning of the sentence. Negation. The common way of negation is the prefix I, which descends from a from I from Proto-Semitic al by palatalization. It is prefixed to verbs as follows. Writing system. Ge'ez is written with Ethiopica, the Ge'ez abugida, a script that was originally developed specifically for this language. In languages that use it, such as Amharic and Tigrinya, the script is called Fidal, which means script or alphabet. Ge'ez is read from left to right. The Ge'ez script has been adapted to write other languages, usually ones that are also Semitic. The most widespread use is for Amharic in Ethiopia and Tigrinya in Eritrea and Ethiopia. It is also used for Sabatbiat, Mien Aju and most other languages of Ethiopia. In Eritrea it is used for Tigre, and it is often used for Bilin, a Cushitic language. Some other languages in the Horn of Africa, such as Oromo, used to be written using Ge'ez but have switched to Latin-based alphabets. It also uses four symbols for labialized velar consonants, which are variants of the non-labialized velar consonants. Sample. The first sentence of the Book of Enoch. Ele barakat sahenik zakama baraka heruyana wasadakana elahala wu yekunu barelata mendabile asaselo kaelu ekuyin warazian. Word of blessing of Henok, wherewith he blessed the chosen unrighteous who would be alive in the day of tribulation for the removal of all wrongdoers and backsliders.